1. Forests cover 30% of the Earth's land.
Fact 2. It's estimated that within 100 years there will be no more rainforests.
Fact 3. Agriculture is the leading cause of the deforestation.
Fact 4. 1.5 acre of forest is cut down every second.
Fact 5. The rate of deforestation equal to loss of 20 football fields every minute.
Fact 6. 20% of the world oxygen is produced by the Amazon forest.
Fact 7. The world forest store 283 billion tons of carbon represented in biomass.
Fact 9. The total world forest loss to date is 7.3 million hectares per year.
Fact 10. Trees are important constituent of the ecosystem by absorbing carbons.
Fact 11, and the last one is a worldwide more than 1.6 billion people rely by the forest produce for all and parts of their livelihood.
Hi! So, what is forest? The forest is a complex ecosystem consisting mainly of trees that buffer the earth and support a myriad of life forms. The trees help create a spatial environment which in turn affect the kind of animal and plants that exist in the forest. These are an important component of environment that clean the air, cool in hot days, conserve heat at night, and act as an sound absorber. Forests cover 31% of the land area in our planet. They produce vital oxygen and provide homes for people and wildlife. Many of the world's most threatened and endangered animals live in forests, and 1.6 billion people rely on benefit forests offer, including foods, fresh water, clothing, traditional medicine, and shelter.
The clearing of the teeming forest by humans, deforestation represents one of the largest issues in the global land use. Estimates of deforestation traditionally are based on the area of forest cleared by human use, including the removal of the trees, the wood product, and for the crop plants and the grazing lands. In the practice of clear cutting, all trees are removed from the land, which completely destroy the forest. In some cases, however, even partially logging and accidental fire thin out the trees enough to change.
Deforestation is a particular process in tropical rainforests because these forests are home to much of the world's biodiversity. For example, in the Amazon, around 70% of the forest has been lost in the last 50 years, mostly due to forest conversions for cattle ranching.
Malaysia, land surface was once almost entirely covered with forests. Today, forests still cover about 59.5% of the total land area in Malaysia. However, deforestation is a major concern as the country is still rapidly developing. In the 20 years from 1983 to 2003, there was a reduction of about 4.9 million hectares of forest cover in Malaysia. This is about 4 times the size of Singapore, an average of 2,500 hectares of forest being lost annually. Apart from the deforestation, the remaining forests face threat from unsustainable logging, illegal removal of forest products, and encroachment.
What causes the deforestation? Deforestation can happen quickly, such as when a fire swept through the landscape or the forest is cleared out to make way from an oil palm plantations. It can also happen gradually as a result of ongoing forest degradation as temperature rise due to climate change caused by human activity. While deforestation appears to be on the decline in some countries, it remains considerably high in others, including Brazil and Indonesia, and a grave threat to our world's most valuable forests still remains.
Environmental impact. Forests are more than just a collection of trees. They are integrated ecosystem and home some of the most diverse life on Earth. There are also major layers in the carbon and water cycle that make life possible. When forests are lost or degraded, the destruction set off a series of changes that affect life locally around the world.
Number 1. Decrease greenhouse gas emission. Forests help to mitigate carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gas emission, but they become carbon sources when they are cut, burned, or otherwise removed. Tropical forests hold more than 210 gigawatts of carbon, and deforestation represents around 50% of greenhouse gas emission. This greenhouse gas emission contributes to rising temperature, changes in pattern of weather and water, and an increased frequency of extreme weather events.
Number 2. Disruptions of water cycle. Trees play a key role in local water cycle by helping keep a balance between the water and land and water in an atmosphere. But when deforestation or degradation occur, the balance can be thrown off, resulting in changes in precipitation and river flow.
Number 3. The increase of soil erosion. Without trees to anchor fertile soil, erosion can occur and sweep the land into rivers. The agricultural plants that often replace the trees can hold onto the soil. Many of these plants, such as coffee, cotton, palm oil, soybean, and wheat, can actually exacerbate soil erosion. Scientists have estimated that a third of the world's arable land has been lost to soil erosion and other types of degradation since 1960s. As a fertile soil washes away, agricultural producers move on, clearing more forests and continuing the cycle of soil loss.
Number 4. Disrupted livelihood. Millions of people around the world depend on forests for hunting, catering, and medicine. Forest products such as rubber and rattan and small-scale agriculture. But deforestation disrupts the life of these people, sometimes with devastating consequences. In the Great Mekong in Southeast Asia, where land-drainage systems are weak, deforestation has contributed to social conflicts and